Hey guys, I'm gonna provide some information and maybe shatter some myths. Today we're gonna talk about true blue, no money, no credit deals or acquisitions or investments. And I know that sounds good, right? Often that's too good to be true. You hear that out there a lot of times, and then you talk to people like me who are professional real estate investors, and we say something like this to you. Well, no money down deals just means none of your money, right? You've probably heard that one, which means you got to go out and raise the money. And that's a phenomenal strategy. It's a strategy I employ. But what if you are starting from nothing? And I mean nothing. You don't even have 500 bucks for earnest money. I'm going to show you how you can do it with zero credit, zero money, put money in your pocket day one, get monthly cash flow and back-end equity. You ready? Here we go. All right. Let's say that you want to buy a rental house, okay? And I've done this many times. When in my early days before I would take title, you can look around and you can find a rental property that let's say it's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and it's renting for $1,000. Maybe not really updated, could use some outside cleanup, some paint, etc. So instead of renting it for a market $1,200, they're going to rent it for $1,000, a little bit below market. What you can do is a strategy called a sandwich lease option, and here's how that works. Okay, you're going to talk to them about leasing the property long term for $1,000 a month, which is what they're asking. They're probably going to want $1,000 or maybe even $1,200 down between some level of deposit and first month's rent, right? So $1,200 down, $1,000 a month. Well, what you can do is you can go out there and remarket a lease option. Now you're going to need to get an option contract on this, and I'll circle back around to that on the back end. Let's just talk about the monthly cash flow real fast. So you put together a lease for $1,000 a month with the ability to sublease, okay? Now, you're gonna put an ad on Craigslist or in the newspaper or a sign in the yard, and you're gonna rent it out for $1,200 a month. Now, the day you close on your lease is the day your folks move in, right? So, what's gonna happen is you're gonna ask, say, $3,200 for option consideration. This is a fee they pay to lock in the price, all right? And you did the same over here for your option. Maybe only a couple $100 though. All right, so on a monthly basis, we're renting out for $1,200, we're paying $1,000, so now we're netting $200 a month. That's really good, and especially for a no money, no credit little rental house, right? Because we didn't put any down payment here. So even if you don't think $200 a month is a great monthly income, it is when you didn't use any of your own money and you put money in your pocket day one. All right, when you ask for $3,200 down in option consideration, how much did you just put in your pocket? That's right, $2,000. So you never moved into the property and you put $2,000 in your pocket day one. Your folks move in. Now, are you still responsible for the underlying lease? You are, but welcome to real estate investment, right? All right, so now you're making $200 a month. Great job. When you did this, you paid for an option, maybe like I said, a couple $100 for an option for $180,000. Maybe you got a little bit of a discount, right? But this is a 5, 7, 10-year lease option. So you may be at a 3, 5, 7-year lease option with the person you lease it out to. Well, with a little elbow grease or a little help from the market or change in rates, there's a lot of ways that real estate improves in value. I wouldn't speculate here, and we didn't. We're talking about an option price of these guys for $200,000, let's say 5 years from now. All right? So if they are going to buy it for $200,000 and your option is $180,000, you never have to take ownership, and you'll make $20,000 on the back end. Okay, let's just revisit this real fast. None of your money down whatsoever, because you're getting $3,200 from your tenant buyer, right? And you only have to put $1,200 to start the show. That's $2,000 in your pocket day one. You're paying $1,000 on the lease. you're getting paid $1,200, so you're making $200 a month or an extra $2,400 a year on top of this profit. You've locked in an option price at $180, and you've sold an option for $200,000. So you get a back end of $20,000. You use none of your money, none of your credit. All right. I just want to show you real briefly that this can actually be done in the multifamily world as well. It's called a master lease, and it's very similar to this sandwich lease option. So the master lease says, instead of leasing one of these units out of this 8-unit building, I'm going to lease the whole thing on a master lease. So whatever these rent amounts are, add them up, and that's what your lease amount is going to be, okay? But if these are all renting for $500, okay, and market is $600 a month, how much did you just make per month? $800 a month. All right? Same strategy as over here, probably a little bit different numbers, okay? They may want you to come up with a few bucks down on the multifamily. The true zero money, zero credit is going to be a little bit easier on a rental house, right? But you may be talking about being able to control an entire 8-unit building, maybe zero, right? Maybe zero down. If they're having a tough time managing it, they're dealing with problem tenants, they don't want to clean it up, etc., they may just let you step in and run the thing with nothing down, right? And then you'll just have to figure out what you can lock in an option for. Maybe they'll let you do it for $500 or $1,000. So $1,000 to control an 8-unit building is huge. This may be, a $700,000, $800,000, $1 million building, depending on what you're doing here. So to lock it in for $1,000 or something like that is huge. Because if you buy it at a fair market value of $500 per month on these, and you rent them out for $600 per month, you probably just made yourself around $100,000 by increasing the rent $100 per unit. So if your option on it was $900, now you've increased the value to $1 million. You just made $100,000 while you're making the $800 a month. None of your own money, maybe $1,000, but certainly none of your own credit. You didn't have to qualify for this or anything. So certainly I can get into more detail on this in some of our educational programs, but for now I just want to give you the general idea how a true no money, no credit deal works. We got a sandwich lease option for single family homes or a master lease for a multifamily. So if you don't have any money or credit and you want to get started, I suggest looking into these strategies. So good luck, till next time.